Did you know that according to Nation Master Statistics that Americans consume close to 50 billion liters of soft drinks per year? Okay, I know, that's just a big abstract scary number hanging out there. But how about we convert it to gallons and then divide it by every man, woman, child in America? Now what do we get? Well, we get 57 gallons per person. Yeah, 57 gallons. Yikes, that is a staggering amount of sugar. Oh, and not cane sugar. No, that's high fructose corn syrup, the worst kind of sugar there is.
Ooh, yuck.
In fact, all of the food energy in soft drinks is from high fructose corn syrup, and just one soda a day contains more than our daily allotment of sugar. Soft drinks are highly addictive and have been conclusively linked to a variety of degenerative diseases and mental health problems. Despite this, our government continues to indirectly subsidize their production and consumption. For now, though, let's take a closer look at what soda is doing to us physiologically and psychologically. Dark soft drinks contain phosphoric acid, which has been definitively linked to osteoporosis. That's because phosphoric acid leads to lower calcium levels and higher phosphate levels in your blood. When phosphate levels are high and calcium levels are low, calcium is literally leached out of your bones. Now, for some reason, the connection between soft bones and soft drink consumption is tied more to women than it is to men. In fact, did you know that women over 40 who drink soda regularly are more than twice as likely to suffer bone fractures as women who abstain? And girls, don't think you're off the hook by sipping a Diet Cola. Women who drink Diet Cola excrete more calcium in their urine compared to women who just drink water. And men, you're not off the hook either with diet drinks. Older adults who drink diet soda daily have a 43% increased risk of heart attack or stroke compared to those who don't. In fact, if you're sipping diet drinks thinking you're avoiding the risks associated with sugary soft drinks, you can forget it. Diet drinks provoke the release of insulin and other hormones that regulate blood glucose. They actually confuse the body, and my body's confused enough. Our bodies are made to associate sweetness with calories. These mixed signals over time can lead to increased appetite and weight gain. Oh, and we haven't even begun to talk about the aspartame in diet soda. Not only has it been conclusively linked to memory loss, but according to researchers and physicians studying the adverse effects of aspartame, the following chronic illnesses can be triggered or worsened by ingesting it: brain tumors, multiple sclerosis, epilepsy, chronic fatigue syndrome, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's, lymphoma, mental retardation, birth defects, and fibromyalgia. In fact, aspartame is made up of 3 chemicals: aspartic acid, phenylalanine, and methanol. The book Prescription for Nutritional Healing by James and Phyllis Buck lists aspartame under the category of chemical poison. And in case you thought the non-colas like Mountain Dew or Fanta were any better for you, I have some really bad news. If you're drinking those, you're also getting a big dose of a synthetic chemical called brominated vegetable oil, or BVO for short. This chemical was first patented as a flame retardant and is banned in over 100 countries, according to the World Health Organization. Not in the good old US of A, though. Here, 10% of all soda contains BVO. Studies suggest that BVO builds up in human tissues, and animal studies have found it causes reproductive and behavioral problems in large doses. Consumption has been linked to kidney disease and long-term liver damage. The last physiological effect we're going to look at is tooth decay. Now, nobody wants teeth like these.
Ooh,
When
yuck.
you drink soda, the sugar combines with bacteria in your mouth to form acid, which attacks the teeth. And diet or sugar-free soda contains its own acid, which also damages the teeth. Now, I'm sure most of you probably knew that already, but did you know that each attack lasts about 20 minutes and starts over with every sip of soda you take? Well, even though we've yet to exhaust the physiological effects, let's move on and examine a few psychological effects. For one, soft drinks are addicting, and it's not just the caffeine. Sugar consumption releases the neurotransmitter dopamine responsible for feelings of happiness and pleasure. Yeah, I know, we all want feelings of happiness and pleasure, but there's healthier ways to go about that. However, the effect of soda consumption goes well beyond addiction and going to your happy place. A Norwegian study found that teenagers who consumed 4 or more sodas a day displayed a high degree of mental health problems. These problems included anxiety, dizziness, hopelessness, sadness, sleeplessness, and unhappiness. So, is the temporary buzz worth the possibility of developing hopelessness? I'll just go ahead and say no. Lastly, let's take a quick look at soft drinks through a financial lens. The evidence is compelling that those of a lower socioeconomic status have diets lower in quality and nutrition than those in a higher income bracket. And that makes sense, mainly because of food pricing. The bottom line is inexpensive foods tend to be less nutritionally dense and higher in sugar and fat. And unfortunately, soft drinks seem to be a beverage of choice among lower income households, probably because they're inexpensive and they provide high calorie content. But the downside is there's absolutely no nutrition in them, none. In a recent study, it was found that more than 1 in 4 New York City residents consume 1 or more cans of full sugar soda per day. Now, not surprisingly, they found consumption to be highest among the socially disadvantaged populations, who, by the way, are the most impacted by diabetes and obesity. It's unclear why there is such a connection, but some have suggested it may be due to a shortage of affordable, nutritious foods in lower income neighborhoods and an abundance of convenience stores where soft drinks are heavily marketed. Our government is not helping the situation either. By providing subsidies to the corn and sugar industries, the government is making sweeteners such as high fructose corn syrup and sucralose cheap and thus encouraging its consumption. Would it not be more advantageous and much more cost effective to subsidize the producers of fruits and vegetables? Just saying. And alarmingly, soft drinks account for 6% of food stamp purchases. 6%! In a place like New York City, that means that the government is subsidizing $75 million worth of beverages. Yikes! Beverages that are undermining the health of those who consume them. Does that make any sense? Ultimately, though, knowledge is probably one of the most important factors in maintaining our health. We are responsible for what we put in our own mouths. There are all sorts of medical and technological advancements to help with other types of health issues, but there doesn't seem to be much out there to help with soda addiction. My suggestion is to get an app that tracks your consumption. After all, knowledge is power, and knowing and admitting you have a problem is half the battle. You might even want to start your own Facebook group. Just to conclude, though, I want to reiterate that soft drinks are highly addictive and contain ingredients that will seriously affect your health long term. Their consumption causes an imbalance in body chemistry that sets the stage for a variety of debilitating and degenerative diseases and psychological problems. To discourage the consumption of soft drinks and promote healthier food habits, the government should stop exorbitant subsidies to the corn and sugar industry and consider increasing subsidies to the fruit and vegetable industries. It would be a start. Additionally, the ability to spend government money in the form of food stamps on the consumption of soft drinks should be prohibited. Food stamps exist to feed the hungry, and that's a good thing, but soft drinks provide zero nutrition. Ultimately, though, it's up to us to choose to be healthy. No one can force that choice upon us. However, I do sincerely hope that at least I have caused you to rethink your beverage choices.